Hello everybody, it's Lee here. I'm making a couple of small journals here for a giveaway I'm doing on my blog. I haven't got it up yet, but my blog's a year old now, so I thought I was going to do a giveaway. But while I was making these, I thought I should run through adding your signatures to the book cover again, because whenever I did the original bookbinding tutorials, as you know, those of you who have watched them, I made a little mistake and I glued this side and this side at the same time whenever I was putting the book in. Now, I personally don't do it that way. Why I did it that way on that video, God only knows. I have no idea why I did it. But anyway, so I thought I would show you what I usually do in a bit of a revised tutorial. So I've got my signatures made here. I've just gone around them with, which one? Vintage Photo Distress ink. And on the binding of this one, what I actually did was, instead of using strips of ribbon, I used cheesecloth. It's a wee bit grubby just with the ink, but it has held it really well. I actually like this. I think I might be using this again. It has held it really well. So I've got two books here actually. So I've got this one covered, and I'm going to show you how I do it the proper way of doing it. So I've got my book covers here. I've got the two covers. I've got my spine piece and then the little space, about 1/4 of an inch space between the spine piece and the front and back cover. So what you need to do is you need to take your spine piece, or your what's this called? Signatures. Golly. Oh, my head's away with the fairies, as always. It's always away with the fairies. So we're going to add glue to one side first, put it in our book, then glue the other side, and then put it on our book again. So what I find the best way of doing it is, if you look here, you've got your spine piece and your cover, and you've got this wee gully. So what you want to do is you want to line up your book, but this edge of the spine just hangs over slightly into this gully. So I'm just going to place mine into the gully, just slightly, just overhang the book cover itself ever so slightly. So I'll just show you this. Now, whenever I bring this up close, this page is going to look very dirty, but it's just the vintage photo. So I'll just place that where I want it. So if you can see, here is my spine piece. Here's the gully. You can just see it running along there, and I have placed my spine slightly hanging into the gully, so it's between the book cover and the spine piece, so the pages are just hanging over into that gully just ever so slightly, probably 1/8 of an inch. Let me see, I've got it hanging over just a wee tad too much there. Oh right, it was just the top pages making it look like it was overhang. So I'll have that hanging over just into the gully slightly. So when I'm making my book, what I do is I push my spine piece up against it, make sure it's all straight. Put the paper where I want it. So I'll push my spine piece up against it like this. Okay. Now you'll think to yourself, my goodness, there's a big gap there, but this is what this is where this gully comes in. So whenever you push the spine piece up against it, it's going to look like that, okay? And then you push down. So whenever you push down, you see the crease on the front of the book? That makes that crease. So you're pressing down on that, and then you tip it over like that, and then you glue it. So this is where the glue is going to go on this piece here. So I'm pushing it down, and the glue will be on the inside page here, and you push down. And then what you do is you just, you open it up and flip it and make sure the glue goes down properly. So I'm happy enough with where this is sitting. And the glue's a wee bit wet still. Trust me, as usual, I do things before I should. So do as I say, not as I do. Let your spine dry, because it's not meant to stick to the back piece here. It's meant to be free, so whenever you open your book, there's space for your spine and your book to expand, and it can open flat out. So I have that sitting in the position that I'm happy with. There's space here along the top, space around the side, and space here, just probably about 1/4 of an inch. Just make sure I'm happy with where it sits. This needs to be back just a wee tad. Push down. Yep, I'm happy with that. So take a bit of scrap paper, lift your first page. This is the page that sort of gets dirty and grubby and gets a bit of a beating. So put my scrap piece of paper in and put my glue on. I've got some on this foam brush at the minute, but give it a squeeze out there. So you have to make sure that you get glue on every inch, every millimetre of the paper, and the reason being is if you have a wee piece missing here, that's going to create an air pocket, and that's the last thing you want. You don't want to have an air pocket on your inside page. So I'm just making sure there's glue all over it. I like to sort of stipple it almost. Put that to the side. So as I said before, push your spine up, push down. Piece of paper out. So I'll just move this so you can see it. So I'm pressing down. So my little gully here in the front page is created. Okay. And close over. And give it a good press. So at this point what I do is I just flip the book over. Open it and use my bone folder. Just be gentle here because you know this is very cheap copier paper. This is only 80 GSM, so whenever the glue hits it, it's obviously going to get very wet. So what I'm going to do now is, because this is such cheap copier paper, if I was to close this over now, the moisture from the glue on this page could transfer onto this page, and then that would make, you know, sort of wee lumps and bumps and that sort of thing. So I've just got a clear plastic cello bag here, and I'm just going to put that there until that dries. So now we'll go to our other side. And again, we'll be doing the same technique, so pushing it up to the spine, making sure it's straight, pushing down, and then closing. You've got your wee gully, closing it down. So I'll just take my scrap piece of paper here again. Do this so you can see it. I'll just zoom in a wee tad. There we go. Scrap paper. There's probably some glue left in this. No, not really. Add the glue. Again, making sure you get it right out to the edges. And to the spine as well, or near the spine of your book. And then I just sort of dab it, stipple it. Okay, so push up to the spine, push down, and close. And again, turn the book over. Just push it on the spine there. Turn your book over and burnish the inside with your bone folder. Again, just being gentle. again, I'll use a cello bag to split this in half actually. And there you go folks, that's your book. Completed, finished. It has a nice gully on the front and your book just opens like that. And then whenever you open the book, the pages open properly, and that's because your spine isn't stuck down to the spine piece. If that was stuck to the spine piece, that would be very difficult to open. The book would only sort of open that way, and that's not what you want in a book. You want your book to be able to open out right like that. So I'll just set this aside to dry, and I have another one here that I need to do. This is using Melissa Francis 12 by 12 paper, and it's absolutely beautiful. If I could have all my books bound in this Melissa Francis paper, I would be in heaven. My books would be amazing, but unfortunately I don't. So this is from the Antonia collection, and that is the reference number if you want it. Her paper is absolutely stunning, it really is. As I say, if I could have all my books wrapped in her paper, I would be over the moon. It's just so beautiful, it really is. You can do anything with it, but sadly the 12 by 12 papers are very expensive in Northern Ireland. I was looking at the new Graphic 45 12 by 12 collection that they've got out. Is it Lady's Diary or something similar to that? And for me to buy it here in Northern Ireland, £22, which is roughly around $40 in the USA. So 12 by 12 papers are few and far between in my room. I have to buy them single sheets, and even at that they're about £1 each, which is about $160 or $170 in American money, so it is very expensive to buy 12 by 12 papers here. Anyway, enough of me ranting about us getting a bad deal here. Just going to get this one ready and show you again, just for those who want to just double check again. Okay my friends, I've got my signatures ready, all glued, and this should be dry. Don't follow my bad example. And the book cover all ready to go. So as I said before, I'll just move this in a wee tad for you. You place your signatures into your book. Make sure you've got the space round each side that you're happy with, and let it overhang, let your spine overhang into the gully section between the spine piece and the cover of your book. So just let it overhang slightly. I'll do that now, make sure I'm happy with it. And the way to check that is push up against your spine and push down and make sure the wee gully is there, and push down. Yep, the gully's made. Perfect. My book is straight, my spine's straight, so I'm happy with where this is lying on the book cover. So I'll just show you where it is. So here are my signatures. Hello, there we go. So this is these are my signatures. This is the cover, the space between the cover and the spine. So this is the wee gully I'm talking about, and I'm just having the spine, the signatures, overhang into this gully, sort of halfway I suppose, sitting in the middle of the gully. Okay, so now we're ready to glue this to here. Just give it one more test. It's better to check and check again, you know, and get it wrong. So I'll open up my inside page, put my scrap piece of paper in, and add my glue. Get it out into every wee nook and cranny on this piece of paper. Put your spine up, nice and straight, push down so your gully's created, and press down. Turn it round, open it up. Oh, a few wee creases there, but hopefully I'll be able to get those out. Yep, that's fine. Again, cello bag, put it on the inside. I'm learning wee tricks as I go along, you know. I'm not a professional at making books by any means, so as I make my mistakes and learn wee tricks and tips, I'll be able to give them to you, so you're learning with me. Push down. Sure the crease is nice and crisp. That's why this Melissa Francis paper is so good, because it's so thick, so there's less chance of your paper tearing, you know, with the wetness of the glue. That's what I love about it. It's absolutely fabulous paper to work with. So I've got my scrap piece of paper again. Trim that cheesecloth just is overhanging slightly. There we go. So scrap piece of paper, page down, add your glue. Scrap piece of paper out, press, bring your spine up nice and straight, push down and pull forward. Give it a good press, flip your book over and use your bone folder just to take out any creases. I'd say these are probably the best books I've done yet. As I said, I'm learning from my mistakes, so as I learn, you learn too. And that's it. Just put my wee cello bag in there. And there we go. Perfect. And again, my book opens absolutely perfectly. There we go, ladies and gents. Just thought I would go over that tutorial part again, because I know it wasn't very clear in my initial tutorial, and of course I made a mistake in it myself, so I just thought I would go over it again to show you the way I usually do it, instead of coming up with some complete random way of doing it. So that's those wee notebooks. I think they're so gorgeous, so cute. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the vintage photo and maybe stamp some wee images on random pages as well. Look, perfect, absolutely perfect. That's what you want in a book. See that? You want your book to be able to open properly. So that's it from me, folks. I hope this has been more helpful. I know there was a few questions, about putting the spine piece or putting the signatures onto the cover. So I hope this sorts out a few questions. If you have any other questions, please do PM me. I have no problem answering questions. If you need to ask me 10 different questions in a row, I'm perfectly happy to answer them, honestly. I'm more than delighted to help any way I can. So hopefully this will clear things up a wee bit better for you, and I'd love to hear your comments. Give me a wee shout if you need anything else. Okay, thanks. Bye.